Minnesota Vikings had a star born on Saturday evening as punter Ryan Wright, who had just been essentially given the punting role, even though not officially. We'll get into that in a second, after the Vikings parted ways with veteran Jordan Berry last Thursday. And Ryan Wright, he did the damn thing, man. Absolute boomer in the shallow. He got things done, man. In the shallow. He was phenomenal punting against the Broncos. Had 4 punts for 56.3-yard average. Had 3 down inside the 20, including 2 inside the 6. Banged 1 for 71 that went out the back of the end zone. Whatever. Also had a 68. We'll round it up to 69-yard punt down at the 2. He looked good. His holding was solid, and he was good to go, man. Plus, got some love from the punt, from the punt deity himself, Pat McAfee. Just got home from the Colts game, blah, blah, blah. I seen this stallion. Woo! This is a punter, and this is awesome. Yeah, Ryan Wright is that guy, man. And after the Vikings cut Jordan Berry on Thursday, everyone and their mom assumed that Ryan Wright had won the job, and then he was just going to suture it up in the final preseason game. But, of course, we know this time of year, as the Vikings and all the other teams around the league have to pare down the roster to 53 on Tuesday, I mean, there's a lot of things that go on. There's a lot of moving parts. And even though Ryan Wright had himself an awesome game against Denver, did he essentially ink up the job? I don't know. So Thursday, after Berry was cut, this is what O'Connell said at a press conference. Will Raggett, Sports Illustrated, go. Kevin O'Connell on the Vikings releasing Jordan Berry, leaving rookie Ryan Wright as their only punter. Quote, I think Ryan's had a really good camp, consistent camp. Those guys have been neck and neck. We want to give Ryan the opportunity to be the sole punter this week, end quote. Now, it's interesting because earlier in the week, special teams coordinator Matt Daniels said that there was going to be a punt-off against Denver. So what really changed, right? So this is sort of a mushy, mealy-mouthed way of saying, you know, he's our starter, maybe not. He could have really come out and said that Ryan Wright has performed extremely well. He's been good punting, he's been good holding, and he's going to be our punter this season. But he didn't. And even after the phenomenal game against the Broncos, O'Connell refused to confirm that Wright is going to be the starting punter. Thomason's Pioneer Press, go. Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell was impressed with Ryan Wright tonight, and he said he enhanced himself. Well, first off, when you have a guy come in and boot a 71-yard punt, don't say enhanced. Otherwise, we're going to get some Ryan Wright PP in a cup here coming up this next week. But also, I didn't notice the farmer's tan. That is elite. That is elite, man. So it's just building up the legend. But Ryan Wright, UDFA out of Tulane, got things done. And we've been workshopping nicknames. I know that Wide Right has been a popular one bandied about on the old social media. But Po' Boy, since he went to college in Tulane, which is in New Orleans, yeah, we'll work on it. By the way, an fried oyster po' boy, phenomenal, man. It's good stuff. But I think the Vikings do have themselves a potential stud at the punting position. He's only 22 years old. I understand where the Vikings are going with the youth movement over the veteran Jordan Berry, even though I thought Jordan Berry was perfectly fine last season, as well as in training camp and preseason this year. But sort of is what it is. But again, it is important to note the language and the fact that Kevin O'Connell hasn't specifically said that Ryan Wright is going to be the punter this year. So maybe the Vikings are keeping the doors open. Maybe they'll bring Jordan Berry back. Maybe they'll scour the cuts at 53-man roster time, and maybe they'll see if they can upgrade over Wright. But either way, I think that Wright firmly proved himself on Saturday night against the Broncos. I think it should be his job. I think he's earned it, but I guess we'll see. I think probably 95% chance Ryan Wright is punting week 1 against the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers, but there's always that 5%, man. There's always that 5%. But your thoughts are our thoughts. Ryan Wright in the shallow. Star is born against the Denver Broncos. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts on the Vikings new punter. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.